And now, from 12 Studios, this is News 12 Now.
Welcome to News 12 Now for this Friday, October 25th. I'm Minette Campbell. Well, Houston police have arrested a woman in Katy, Texas for practicing dentistry without a license. At least 2 patients said Angelica Vivas botched their root canals. Mo Hader spoke with one of them.
For this damage is too much money.
This woman is easily able to talk, but there's still so much pain behind those words. It all started with a toothache. A friend recommended this place. She told me it's affordable, and that's why I decided to see her.
Too much pain.
That pain never went away, and she kept going back before going to another dentist who said the damage was so severe she should go to the police.
The
dentist recommended to file a police report, but I was afraid. I didn't know what to do. I asked if she could fix it, and she told me she would need a doctor from out of state. That led to an investigation. According to court documents, an HPD officer went undercover as a patient, and Angelica Vivas was arrested for posing as a licensed dentist.
Angelica Vivas.
Today, she appeared in front of a judge in Harris County Court and faces felony charges for practicing dentistry without a license.
As horrifying as the root canal extraction is, what's more horrifying is that she was placing people under anesthesia. These are highly dangerous scenarios anytime somebody undergoes anesthesia.
For this woman who just wanted dental care, the pain still hasn't gone away. I can't do anything on my left side. I really can't eat anything with it because I still need surgery. What she thought was affordable is now costing her about 20 grand in the surgeries, and she's left with another obstacle: covering the cost. Financially, it really hurts. I'm using my savings, looking to borrow money because I don't have it. I'm looking for a doctor willing to work with me.
Now, in Love County, a man is in jail after deputies found a sawed-off shotgun hidden in his car. Leonard Clifton was pulled over after someone reported that his SUV was involved in an abduction. The sheriff says it turns out that wasn't true, but the deputy who responded found out that Clifton was a wanted man. The sheriff says this loaded shotgun was found under the hood during a probable cause search of the car. Clifton now has charges in Love County as well as outstanding warrants in Marshall County. In 11 days, Grayson County voters will be electing a new county commissioner for Precinct 1. Now, this year, it's Republican Josh Mard taking on Democrat Andre Luper. Former Commissioner Jeff Wetmeyer's retirement has opened the door for someone new, and both candidates say they're the person for the job.
So everybody here know me locally. I've been here all my life. I love my city. I love my county. And I want to be able to fight for the people so that everybody can have a comfortable way of living.
Lifelong resident here at Grayson County. Grew up on my family farm, so done a lot of hard work here. Currently I'm a property claims adjuster. Excited to be back here and ready for this election to get going.
In Texas, early voting runs until November 1st, and Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. After winning this year's Battle of the Axe game against Denison, Sherman is carving their winning score into the axe for the first time in 11 years. The Bearcats' winning score joins engravings dating back to 1949 on ye old battle axe. Yet the axe has been engraved locally at Awards Unlimited since the mid-1980s. And now that the Bearcats have it back, they say they're not looking to give it up.
It was exciting for those kids, exciting for the coaching staff that's been here, and it's been a long 11 years with it with not having it. So getting it back is definitely something that our community can be proud of.
The Bearcats are focused on finishing this season strong, but they're also counting down to the 127th Battle of the Axe.
And we have a little bit of cloud cover out there this afternoon, and actually a cold front rolling through as we speak. And we're not really seeing anything with it, but actually, believe it or not, this morning Yeah, we did fire up a few isolated thunderstorms along the front. We weren't expecting that because we just don't have a lot to work with this front. But now cooler air is starting to work its way to Texoma. So temperatures in the 70s, even almost lower 80s ahead, and some lower 70s behind. You can see where those winds are this afternoon. So a little bit gusty out ahead of the front, and then they're going to be kind of changing direction. Temperatures this afternoon, probably getting the upper 70s to low to mid 80s. Again, that cooler air is going to be kind of delayed through the rest of this afternoon and evening. But speaking of this evening, looking really, really nice for some Friday night football. So you may be able to get away with some flannels and blue jeans tonight. It's going to be kind of one of those perfect situations where it's not too chilly or not too hot. So we actually have a nice Saturday on our hands as that front moves through, but it's going to be really windy when we start next week, ahead of our next chance for rain, or should I say several chances of rain. We're going to talk about it on the full forecast here in a minute, but back to you, Annette.
Brian, store closings have hit their highest level in years. Among them, Family Dollar announced 677 store closings this year. Walgreens is closing 259 locations, and Denny's is closing 150 restaurants. Now, CoreSite research says major retailers announced more than 6,100 store closures so far this year, already outpacing last year's total of more than 5,500. Chains are on track to close the highest number of stores in 2024 than any year since 2020, when the pandemic decimated the industry. Smaller players are being crushed by competition from bigger companies such as Amazon, Walmart, Costco, and Home Depot, and by offering higher prices than many consumers can afford. Several trade groups are suing a federal agency over a new rule to simplify subscription cancellations. A lawsuit from the Internet and Television Association seeks to prevent the Federal Trade Commission's click to cancel rule from taking effect. The rule will require businesses to get consumer consent for charging after a free trial and to make canceling a subscription just as easy as it is starting it. The lawsuit claims click to cancel is arbitrary as well as an abuse of discretion. Tesla CEO Elon Musk doesn't seem to care that his $1 million voter sweepstakes in battleground states might be illegal. Earlier this week, the Department of Justice warned Musk's pro-Trump super PAC that prizes being given to registered voters could be against federal election law. But that didn't stop the super PAC from giving away two $1 million prizes Thursday. The prizes go to random registered voters who sign a petition supporting the First and Second Amendments. Early voting has hit record highs, but if you're still waiting to cast your vote, we want to help you understand what you're voting for. Welcome to our new segment, Know Your Ballot. Former President Donald Trump is making crime a key component of his campaign in his effort to win back the White House. What do Trump and Harris say they will do to reduce violent crime? KXII's Washington News Bureau correspondent Brendan Cullerton spoke to both campaigns and shares their message from the White House.
Donald Trump says crime is skyrocketing, and if elected, he has a plan to fight it. But the Harris campaign says the data is on their side.
If anybody in this audience doesn't think there's more crime now, there's so much more crime now.
Donald Trump says if elected, he will make America's streets safer. Campaign surrogate and former Detroit Mayor Kwame Kilpatrick says cities rely heavily on federal dollars to fight crime, and Trump would invest more money than Harris.
And so when you have a relationship, law enforcement has a relationship with the White House, the Congress, but also the executive branch, because you need that Justice Department. It actually benefits you the most.
Trump has repeatedly said the growing number of migrants are increasing the crime rate, and he has promised the largest deportation in national history. Harris campaign surrogate and San Antonio area Sheriff Javier Salazar says Kamala Harris will secure the border and provide law enforcement with resources, but will do so in a humane way.
She recognizes that there absolutely has to be rule of law. We have to enforce the laws that are on the books, but there's also a way to be able to do it with compassion and decency for human beings.
As for Trump's claims that crime has skyrocketed under Harris, the nonpartisan Center for Naval Analysis says they are off base. There was a 2020 crime rate spike during the pandemic during a period of civil unrest, but levels have dropped from there.
Comparing the two campaigns against each other, though, crime has generally been stable across the years, across the two campaigns. There was an increase in 2020, but the levels have relatively remained stable across the two campaigns.
CNA crime analysts also say statistically, first-generation migrants are less likely to commit crimes than the general population. In Washington, I'm Brendan Cullerton.
At least 26 Palestinians were killed in overnight strikes in southern Gaza, according to emergency response officials this morning. Video recorded inside a European hospital showed a large number of bodies, including children, arriving from the site of the strike. 2 attacks south of the city's center struck tents housing displaced Palestinians. In a statement on this morning, the Israeli military said its troops had continued combat operations in the southern Gaza Strip from the air and ground over the past day. In southern Lebanon, another Israeli strike killed 3 journalists. Now, Lebanon's health ministry and local media reported that the strike hit multiple guest houses used by media in Hasbaya. 3 journalists died and many others were wounded. The strikes made it the deadliest day for media in a year of hostilities between the Israeli military and the Lebanese Hezbollah militia. A reporter in Lebanon spoke about how Israel has consistently targeted journalists.
بطبيعة الحال خبر الاستشهاد هو خبر قاسي ومؤلم يعني وخاصة عندما يكون.
He said 5 other journalists have been killed since the war was started and that the targeting of Hasbaya, a gathering place for media, was intentional. Quote, "This enemy looks for civilian targets after it drained its military targets, is now targeting journalists," end quote. There have been attacks on Hasbaya's outskirts, but today was the first on the town itself. We'll have more on News 12 Now after this.
Thank you for watching today's News 12 Now. Make sure to subscribe so you find out why Texoma turns to us. You can also follow us on Instagram and Facebook, where you'll see more social media exclusive content. Want more News 12 Now? Watch us live every weekday through the KXII app on your phone or TV and through our website.